Bang! Remember that? It's a Too Much Dip podcast. What, Randy?
Nothing.
My name is Dave. This here's a sports show. And I'm going to host it, and I'm going to introduce our special guest, replacing Dylan Shivery, who is out with the sniffles. It's Brett Merriman.
Hey, Dave.
He'll be on for the first part of the show. Talk a little puck.
Talking some puck. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm not even going to allow you the opportunity to bring him up. You're probably going to work in a little Jackson Dart once it's all said and done, right?
Looks good, Dave. Looks good. I don't know if you saw that score. He had the perfect 100 of a star potential score.
Yeah.
The highest in history, tied with Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
Is this Miss Cleo rating?
Call me now.
Yeah, Libra, aren't you, darling?
Couple different things going on there. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Man, do you think he'll win as many Super Bowls as Lamar? I'm sorry. That's not cool. Lamar's a star. That's not cool. Oh, Cowboy fan.
Half as many as Josh Allen.
Oh,
no,
hey.
no.
Come on, man.
It is. I mean, when you're in the AFC and you're Lamar, you're like, well, if I beat Josh Allen one year, I still got to go up against Pat Mahomes to get to the game, let alone win it.
Well, you got to get to it, man. KJ, you might have heard his voice a minute ago. He's here.
Hello, happy to be here, fellas. Happy to witness David on International Just Tweet Through It Day. I just feel like with Dylan out, it's been a tweet through it day for David for sure. He's been getting caught up on all the socials. Just leave
I've
it out
tweeted
there
this.
for the folks to decide.
I have tweeted this morning. What's the problem?
It's all quality. I think the people appreciate having you mix it up with the fellas.
Well, I meant
That's
to
all it
tweet
is.
the Tex-Mex anecdote last night, but I went to bed early. But that did happen.
It struck me as was on the side note for a morning episode
Yep.
today, and you knew you wouldn't want to carry it till tomorrow.
Exactly right.
I'm like, I love this. We wouldn't have gotten this had you recorded.
No,
Very
so
happy.
funny story. I'll just Randy's here too, producing.
Hi, Dave.
Thank you, Randy. No, so it was Mother's Day yesterday. We didn't get to do circling back this morning, so I'll use this as the platform to say thank you to all the moms out there and all the mommies. We picked up Lupe Tortilla. It's kind of our favorite spot. We get it, probably every few weeks. Pick up from Lupe. Brett,
Dave, I haven't been to the bar to see our friend Roy in a long time. I am due.
we need to go do a rock golf, then walk over to Lupe afternoon again, like we did a few months ago. It was great. So we picked up, and I knew it'd be a little crowded, but so I called it in, or we put in the online order. It said 30 minutes. Alyssa volunteered my wife to go pick it up.
Is that because she didn't want you sitting at the bar because she knew it was going to be 30 minutes?
It's part of that, partly that, and then also just like she wanted to get out of the house,
Okay. Yeah.
which I totally get. Bad move on her part. They were running a little behind. She said there was a borderline mutiny going on. People were very upset. 48 minutes later, they're like, "We lost your order."
Oh.
So they made our order. They're like, "We're making it right now." They brought it out to her, and when the guy handed it to her, he said, "I threw in some extra beans for your trouble." Now, that may sound like, to the non-ball knower, that may sound like a real slap in the face, because like Tex-Mex refried beans, okay, would you get them out of a can or something? No. Lupe's beans are different. They have two. First of all, they have the refried, and then they have their like pinto bean that they'll give you.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us double the amount of the pinto. That's got like
good.
the bacon in there and the chopped up peppers. These aren't like your grandma's beans, or they might be, depending on what kind of household you grew up in. Yes, that's right, KJ. And they were delightful. But it was funny that they were like, "Some beans for your trouble, man."
For your trouble, madam. Did she stay at the bar and hang out at all?
No, I was like, Did you get a drink? She's like, "No, I should have." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's kind of kind of the whole thing about why I go.
Yeah, I was wondering if at any point in time you either said out loud or thought it to yourself of like, this is it's obviously not her fault that the order got lost whatsoever. And not saying you would have made it back any sooner, but do you think that experience would have led you to maybe observe and anticipate that there was something amiss and likely interject a little bit sooner or earlier than she may have realized?
Yes, because I have been through this at that restaurant before, where you walk in, you see 3 or 4 people kind of standing there. And
Mhm.
that's really not the norm at Lupe. Lupe's usually on their game. And you got to get in there and you can't be afraid to ask some questions. You got to be assertive. You don't need to be rude, but you need to just be like, "Hey, I'm here. This is the name of my order. We just want to know. I'll be at the bar. Come find me." But
Yep.
the food was good. I had leftovers for lunch. That's the great thing about Lupe,
Mhm.
because they
You-
usually give you enough for leftovers.
You're saying you don't necessarily trust the Westlake juniors and seniors who are manning the
Correct.
to-go booth?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's like they would rather be anywhere else other than handing me my Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Which I
And,
totally
I
understand.
did.
This like circling back is a visual show, so go check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/toomuchdip, and rate and review the pod. Why is Brett here? You're probably wondering. What's he going to talk Ole Miss? No, we're going to talk puck right off the rip.
Let's go, Dave. It's been one of my favorite NHL and I say this every year. Playoff hockey, the best pound for pound, the best live and TV watching experience of the Big Four. It's number one. It is so entertaining always. It goes to overtime all the time. And you just have, it's like the tweet every year. It's like, why, ride a why ride a dirt bike out of a helicopter when I can just watch playoff hockey or something like that.
Or the one that I've seen people throwing out, why ride a roller coaster when it's not 56 degrees? When you
Oh,
could just watch
59.
59 degrees, you could just watch playoff
can you
hockey.
imagine this week's weather in Austin is going to be in the hundreds?
Ugh.
Brett would just be like so far away from amusement park.
If there is like I can just smell like the asphalt smell and fried food emanating from an amusement park right now.
Hungry.
There's a word for that. I think it's called joy. The smell of joy.
You can have all the joy you want. I will be firmly nowhere
on
near an
kettle
amusement
corn?
park this week. Yeah, the kettle corn, trash, asphalt combo, like
Mhm.
burnt rubber. Oh,
Correct.
no
Take me
thanks.
back. Yeah, the puck's been great. Before we jump right into the stars, I guess I was the only one watching Knights Oilmen the other night, or at least from the group text. Nobody really responded, but I was like, "What just happened?"
Yeah, one of the most insane finishes to a hockey game I've ever seen in my life. It appears Stu Skinner, the Oilers goalie, had a brain fart of epic proportions.
It looked panicky.
Yeah.
Even I know when I'm watching it live, I'm like, "Wait, why is he so far out of the crease?"
17 feet out of his goal crease.
Yeah, is he making a play on the puck? What's going on?
It was a cascading error that led to an unfortunate loss for the Oilers in what was an extremely entertaining game to begin with.
We were going to get OT.
It was going to be an awesome OT.
I was looking forward to it.
I think the broadcast thought it was OT, that nobody really realized the puck went in until the replay. I was like, oh, yeah, the Oilers guy just deflected it into his own net.
Tough scene. What's
Tough.
that series at? Is that tied up?
That is 2-1 Edmonton.
Okay.
Game 4 is tonight in Edmonton.
KJ, what's the vibe up your way?
We're all on Giannis watch, to be honest, as
Ooh.
far as local sports go. But with regards to playoff hockey, first off, co-sign everything Brett said about the most exciting playoffs pound for pound. I want to clarify there.
Yes.
But I think that there's also something, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm really bad about looking at like the runtime of a show and then it ruining my experience, like counting down the minutes of how much of this experience I've left.
Yeah.
The same goes for like how much I feel like I can immerse myself in the enjoyment of a playoff series when I step back and like, on one hand, I'm able to enjoy that this game means a ton. On the other hand, when I'm like, oh, it's 2-1 or it's 1-2, and I'm like, the best moment I ever experienced in my life from a hockey game was game 3. And odds are something very average is going to happen in game 4. Maybe something awesome will happen in game 5. And then another great because of the outcome thing will happen in game 6. And then I will forget about what happened in game 3. I don't know why I'm like that, but like the Mikko experience we're having, we'll get there, I'm sure. Like it's a little bit different because it's like a continuation of greatness. But like this moment in the Oilers and the Knights, like I loved it. It was exciting. I was glad that, David threw it in the chat. I went and looked at the video and shared it back, even though obviously you'd already seen it because I was just blown away.
I felt like Paul Revere sending that text. I was like, here we go. It was ground floor of this. I watched it live. Everybody's going to think I'm a real puck knower.
The group chat decorum of sharing content or sharing info is just something like the unwritten rules of what's the importance, priority, or the urgency of how to watch this. And we all take our different approaches. Like you said, you didn't say anything in detail. I think you might have just said Golden Knights with the eyes emoji. I can't remember.
I think it was holy ass Knights.
Yeah, you led with holy shit Knights. Yeah.
Yeah. So then high urgency, but you didn't share the video, which I love because then that puts me in the mode of, wait, now I got to go find it.
So yeah, it's a little, you get a little reward for your hard work of looking it up.
I loved it. It was great.
I'm sure Dylan was watching it live too. You know how he is with his Knights.
Big Stone Man fan.
I hope he was. Maybe he wasn't, but if he's watching it live and he's a Knights fan, which he's a playoff Knights fan, I'll give him credit. Unbelievable moment. Just can you imagine being like, are we in? Did we just win?
Well, dude, the broadcast crew had no clue. They thought it hit the post.
Yeah.
They thought it hit the crossbar. I was like, wait a minute. And then you see the Vegas bench celebrate. And you're like, oh, show us a damn replay.
And the clock plays a fact. It was just like, duh.
Let me ask you an overall playoff question from the broadcast standpoint. Because I think it has been very, very up and down. And maybe this year seems worse than previous years. And okay, there's been criticism on the commentators because there's been some tough crews. But it's not just their substance. It's like whoever's doing the running audio.
Oh, dude.
Production.
It is production team. It's like Booch's audio's too low.
Mm-hmm.
And also
crowd noise is non-existent.
Crowd noise in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
You think you're watching an AHL game or something. You're like, what's happening? And then watching that Stars game yesterday, it was better, but it still felt like they were working it out because there's been some games where I'm like, this one, they've properly grasped Avs Stars and you can get the crowd. And it's not that the crowd in Dallas is always good. The crowd in Winnipeg is always good. And it's just weird. It's like they're having trouble finding the medium.
Well, do you know what it is in the circles, hockey Twitter? It's very much a TNT ESPN split. TNT's fantastic. Their panel's excellent with Biz and Lundqvist and Liam, and their broadcasts are phenomenal. They have big name voices. They have big time. The voices feel big time, and ESPN feels like they're new. It just feels like they're still trying to figure this out, and they are to their credit. But TNT is just blowing them out of the water, and TNT has the Oilers and Golden Knights and Caps Hurricanes.
Okay, so we got
that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That does help because there's just been times where I'm like, dude, it sounds like their microphone is underwater.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
It's a production issue. Yeah, it's been interesting. There's been a lot of they've gotten a lot of flack. I know golf Twitter loves to critique the broadcasts
when it's on Fox in particular.
Yeah, and hockey Twitter's been all over this playoff specifically.
Okay, we gotta take this thing to Mikko. We gotta take this thing to Mikkocina right now.
Great tweet.
We gotta fucking hand out some Mambo taxis right now.
Great tweet.
2 and I'm gone. 3 I'm
glad you
out.
said that, David. When I tried to craft that tweet before, I couldn't remember their signature item. And it's so bad that I searched popular Mikkocina item and nothing was it said frozen margaritas. I'm like, that's not the fuck I'm looking for.
Did you ever,
it's not
KJ,
Bob Armstrong.
Were you up there for the meetup when Randy ordered the Mamba taxi and it comes in a little helicopter thing?
Oh my God.
Oh man,
that was a straight up KJ joke there. Wow, look at him. KJ's loving it.
I thought that was weird. They had that on the menu.
Keep me out of all future clippings. Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Did Brett just take Dylan's job?
Oh man. No, it's been a great series.
It has. Mikko ranting.
Mikko is I was telling Dave this when I got in this morning. I said, I don't think like Dallas, let alone media period, is recognizing the run he's on. He's having one of the greatest playoffs ever.
Like no one's done this.
Not like this year, not the past 5 years, ever.
Yeah.
And he keeps it up. It started as kind of a joke, like, oh my God, back-to-back hat tricks. And he just keeps doing it. He keeps scoring. He's unbelievable. And last night the guys were joking with him, like, oh, where's this motivation coming from? Is it because like you were traded and nobody wanted you and this and that? He's just like, no, I'm just playing good hockey, man.
So I didn't realize the backstory, how much of it was. So I saw some outlets, maybe it was a Bleacher Report. It might have been Spit and Chicklets. I don't know. But basically in the back and forth with Colorado, when they were trying to come to terms on a new deal.
Yeah.
That it came down to like less than $1 million. Like it was
a crazy small amount that they just wouldn't budge on.
Yeah.
Like a Paige Becker's salary amount? Sorry, I just
I don't know what
necessarily-
PB
Now
makes.
he's trying
I'm
to.
just saying low WNBA salary. Just keep on.
Do y'all just want to do a show together? She's in Dallas. She's doing her best to help the team, and just some guy on a sports pod. He lives in Wisconsin taking shots. It was a marginal amount.
Yeah.
It was a small amount, and so
Granted that Colorado's going to have issues with their cap with McKinnon and McCarr. Like they can't afford to just pay everybody everything they want.
right,
But
he was willing to make it work,
and
it felt
McKinnon wanted him.
yeah,
And it usually when your best player wants something, you help them get it
typically.
instead of trading them to, I don't know, like Carolina or LA or something like that. But
Yeah, that's where I get lost. I didn't realize. I remember hearing the headline, 2 teams involved, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand how you end up on another playoff competing team. Like Carolina's been great the last handful of years. They're having a run going right now, but he still got moved again. That part I'm
He didn't want to
confused
be
on.
there.
Carolina does it.
Oh, he didn't want to be in Carolina?
They do it a little differently there, where they like analytics is their whole platform. Like they are the money ball of NHL. And so when they have a number for you, like that's their number. And
Got it.
they kind of Brenda Moore, it's an interesting way to do it. And they're built for success over the regular season. So they want to go, 53 and 31 or whatever that number comes out. And then the playoffs, they run into the problem where they don't have they don't have dogs to get a goal when you need them, because they're built for that long-term success, which analytics, predicts. It's when they get into the game, an elimination game, where you're like, well, this works over a 20-game series, not necessarily a 2-game, it's 3-3. Well, we got to win a game 7.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then the whole aspect of like, okay, well, I want to go to a team where he chose to go to Dallas. It was between Dallas and Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I want to go to Dallas. I want to play the Avs. Like, oh, I was like, this is much more deep. I thought maybe there was a little bit of the revenge, storyline getting forced. Like, thought maybe, but no. I mean, the more you know, it's like, oh no, this was really a thing. But, yeah. I mean, we were joking in our group text, KJ. I feel like after that first hat trick, Jake or somebody said statue, and it was like, yeah. And then it's like you think about it, you're like, well, we got 8 more years of this guy. And it's like he's certainly living up to the hype, and he's basically going to be playing with like Wyatt Johnson's 22. He's going to have Miro. He's going to have these dudes. He's coming. It's like they're pretty set. They've got Otter locked in. It's like, dude, this guy might be the next great Dallas star, and that's sick. And I hope people are appreciating it. I know our hockey friends are, but I hope like the casuals are. And dude, shout out to the Stars for like when the city of Dallas is so down on the Mavs, the team that they share the arena with, taking advantage of that and maybe definitely winning some new eyeballs, I would think.
Outside of the popularity of the NFL, I'd say the Stars are the number 1 franchise in Dallas-Fort Worth from a favorability standpoint. Like the Cowboys will never be dethroned just because of the juggernaut that is the NFL. And obviously the brand that is Cowboys. So you got to skew that. Without question, I think they dwarf the other 2 franchises.
Yeah. I think so.
It's really exciting to have good hockey in Texas and Dallas. And the other thing we were talking about this earlier, Dave, is Miro Heiskanen being out, getting off Rantanen for a second, has allowed a guy like Thomas Harley to step up and play his ass off. And now you have another 23-year-old who is locked in for a couple of years, and then you re-sign him, and then you'll have Lindell and Heiskanen and Rantanen and Ruppe. Like, this team is built to win it for the next 5 to 7 years, let alone now, which is crazy. The NHL doesn't have a lot of those.
With a Stanley Cup quality manager or coach or whatever as well. So I think usually you end up with like a coach who hadn't been there, hadn't gotten it done, and all of this talent. And you're like, okay, well, if it isn't you, it's going to be somebody else. And here you are as the Stars franchise. Like, it's just all coming together when you thought, I wouldn't say you thought you dismantled it, but like they were in the finals very recently. Like it's just weird that they're continuing these waves of success. It's pretty impressive.
And your captain, God love him. I don't know what the numbers look like, but God, it's been a tough go for Ben. No, he has good shifts yesterday. I'm not going to act like he's been a downer, but man, between him and Segs, you get some real tough penalties there. Love starting the game with a double minor a couple nights ago. Love that. Turning it on like a couple. I was late. I think it was bedtime. I can't remember. I fired it up. I'm like, oh, what happened? Like, was there? Oh, just a good old fashioned high stick, little blood drawn. You love to see it.
His reaction versus Sagan's reactions to penalties are hilarious because Sagan will pull the old, "Are you sure? Like, I can't believe I did this." And Jamie Benn does not give a fuck in that regard to like react for anybody's purposes. Like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll talk shit on the way.
You had an incident
every time
yesterday, Dave, where Mason Marchment gets taken down and might have slashed the ref in the shin.
We've all been there.
Yeah. You got to hope for no discipline there.
Yeah.
Which circles are saying.
Any part of that from what would it have been? Game 2? Because he took a pretty good hit the game before and left the ice like right out of where he got hit. And I don't think there was it was a legal hit. I don't think there was anything malicious about it, but it was one of those where like there was no hesitation in being like, play on.
Yeah, that felt like some frustration coming and boiling over a little bit.
Yeah, I was surprised there. He's a dude you kind of get frustrated with, and then like wait, actually, I love having this dude on my team because like he is extremely talented and also, but he's always in the shit. And he just has such a punchable face. I love it, man. He's that dude. Fun times.
He's Corey Perry.
Corey Perry, dude. Corey Perry Renaissance, by the way.
Yeah, he's playing well. It is easy to play well when you're on a team with 2 first ballot Hall of Famers, but
it frees you up a little bit.
It free you up a little bit.
Oh,
but it's fun. Dallas still has to win. Like they're up 2-1. They're playing against the best goalie in the world, who doesn't play like the best goalie in the world at the playoffs, but you can always get goalied like you did in game 2. So
on the road, he's a little bit different.
Yeah. But you get Miro back maybe tomorrow, probably game 5.
I would think. Actually, I've been saying I would think for 2 weeks. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, hockey's always that way about like not telling you shit. Who hit their trainer? Inadvertently, it was somebody in the playoffs. It wasn't the Stars, but frustrated, comes back to the bench, slams a stick against the glass, and in the motion of doing that, slaps the shit out of his trainer with the stick.
I haven't seen that clip.
The trainer did not. I mean, the trainer reacted like as he should have. Did not yield like any. Oh, it's all good. You didn't mean to. He was pissed, and the player did not. Like shrug it off like, oh, fuck, no big deal. Like he looked visibly like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't mean to do that. Like sincere level of guilt. I'll have to find it, but it was a good little exchange of like genuine emotion going on between I'm in the zone of like, I want to kill everything hockey player. And then, oh fuck, I just hit a human being with a hockey stick.
Guy in the base.
Maybe
this is going to be a problem.
Maybe he was all about that base. No trouble. It's Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor. Joke.
Oh my god! I was hoping that the guy's name was like Jeff Treble or something. Trebuchet.
Is this thing on?
Ref was having a hard time yesterday too. Ref was getting smoked by pucks.
Oh, dude! I thought he blew his knee out. That one, I was worried. The way he went down into that lunge position, I was like, "What just happened to this man's knee?"
He's held it there too for a little bit.
He really did.
Thomas Hurdle.
Tomasz, great hockey player.
Yeah, Golden Knights player, Thomas Hurdle.
Got to get your boys. Got to get up there for a game.
Haven't you been offered tickets for tomorrow?
I've been in contact with someone who would like to acquire some, but
Okay.
it was probably unlikely. But now that we're having to record 2 tomorrow, it's very unlikely. So I'm going to put this on Dylan.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, look at it this way: that you do have a dwindling chance, depending on how how Edmonton works this out. But Golden Knights Stars conference final isn't out of reach.
You could do Dallas or Vegas for that one.
And the Vegas ticket would probably be easier round trip, depending on
I
depending on
wonder.
the cost of tickets.
I wonder.
Or you could just make the trip up to Winnipeg there, bud.
Yeah. What's the vibe in Winnipeg? I know Edmonton is a little bit more Western. Like you get the cowboy vibe. What's a typical Winnipeg Saturday afternoon looking like?
Oh, a couple of beers, maybe a Molson or two, and then go over to the rink and a couple more beers, and then you watch a hockey game. But they always do the whiteout too, so it's
Dylan.
Dylan would he'd be a fan of it. So
Hey, come on, man.
Cocaine.
No, I would love, dude. Look, what's the flight to Winnipeg? About 6 hours?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound great.
We're gonna lay over in Dallas for sure.
Definitely lay over in Dallas or like some random, maybe Minneapolis or something like that, and then head up to old Manitoba.
Flew into Fargo and drove.
You could do that too. I don't know how you'd over the border. I'm going to watch a Stars game.
Oh yeah, I got detained by ICE. Wouldn't let me back in. I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying shit. Well, what was Derek Carr's career? What did it mean to you?
He showed me that a guy with shoulder injuries can and should hang it up before it gets too bad. So
you're a guy with a shoulder injury. What are you gonna do?
I'm playing hockey tomorrow morning, Dave. I'm back on the wagon.
Shit.
He needed like a full reconstruction, right? This wasn't your grandma's shoulder injury.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty significant situation. Also was his throwing shoulder. Mine's just my left one. So it's kind of, I don't really need it for the rest of my life.
I mean, I feel like you should have it. You're going to end up like the human
Yeah.
nunchuck.
The human nunchuck? Who's that?
Look him up.
Is that your goonin shoulder?
No, it's not. So it's really, I mean, very limited use. So just open doors and it pops out and stuff. I was in hot yoga telling Dave the story. And a downward dog situation as is tradition in hot yoga and really any yoga. My shoulder popped out, KJ, and I had to catch myself because when it pops out, I lose all strength. So I had to catch myself with my right forearm so I did not face plant in the middle of a silent yoga studio.
Did you slip? Because I'd have like sweaty matter, sweaty arm, and then I'd have like full blown like fucking tuck and rolled.
It was a slip to the forearm to the knees, made quite the noise in a silent studio.
People are asking, is that the softest way to dislocate your shoulder?
Downward dogging?
In yoga?
Yeah. No, there's a couple stories I could tell of ways I've dislocated the shoulder, but.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
This guy.
Opening a door is one of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A back door?
I would say it likely. Okay.
No, just a run of the mill door.
All right.
It does close a few doors. I don't think your Sig Heil can be quite as high if your shoulder's not fully operating.
Okay.
That's been really affecting Brett lately, too. He's been bopping the new Kanye a lot in the office.
My surf song used to be Waves by Kanye and Chris Brown, two guys that I'm just going to pass the torch. I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to look different for this summer for a new song.
Your John McCain posture at 42 is not going to be very appealing. Hey, honey, I'm in the third changing room here at Gap. Can you come help me get this shirt off?
That is an issue. I put my, you know how I put my shirt on every day? I literally slide in my left arm, pull it over my body like this, and just, this arm doesn't get above the shoulder.
Oh,
often.
yeah, man. You got to fix that.
Yeah, but the doctor said he doesn't know if twice now, looking at my MRI, said I won't know what I can do until I'm inside your shoulder.
Yep.
We've all been there.
And that's
Randy's pickup line.
That's the least reassuring thing a doctor can say.
Yeah, I get it. But
So I'm
that's,
like,
you hear that though. That's not like that uncommon.
yeah, but then he said, okay.
I might get in there and find something, and I need to know that I can fix it.
And then he said, what we might have to do is break your shoulder so you have new anchor points to reattach your labrum. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. So my options are just YTI my way to fucking 55% in the shoulder for the rest of my life.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
You need to get a second opinion.
I did.
Oh, they both said
They both were like, yep, that confirmed.
So if we were to have a softball team, you couldn't be in the outfield trying like
I had to
catch a
pitch because
fly,
nobody
right?
could throw strikes.
Well, that's okay, but still, that doesn't answer my question.
No, I could not play outfield.
Hmm.
I mean, I could. It'd be fine, but are you trying to make a joke? Is this like
No, just like legitimately, you couldn't raise your arm out there. I was just wondering, you can't go like this high?
I don't think there's any position on a baseball field that would really not be a liability with one shoulder.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, I could be playing first base and Dave sail one over my head and try to reach for it. And game over.
Dan was just telling me that he wanted to play again, so this was in my head.
We should lead off Randy. Randy doesn't know how to swing, so he just slaps a ground.
I
ball
know
and-
how to swing. It's
and
just I'm very fast, so
and
I
he
can get
beats
to the
out the
first
throw.
base.
Yeah,
It's
he
smart.
He gets on base. He's like
Smart
Scott
play.
Hatterberg.
Runners on base. That's all you need.
All right. Well, it's good puck talk.
No, we got a little Leafs Panthers real quick and little Caps Hurricanes.
Hey, don't let the Panthers get off the mat. They already did, but
They did.
I mean,
they
come on.
famously, they just tied it up.
come on.
It's a great series.
Yeah, it is.
Back to Toronto.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know where I stand. Like, everybody hates the Maple Laughs. Everybody but Biz.
There you go. He's getting cooked.
He's getting cooked. But I will say, like, from afar, I'm watching, and I was like, up until yesterday, I was like, are they that team? Like, are they that team of destiny? Is this the year? But I don't know. The Panthers look good, man.
Yeah, they're a fantastic hockey team. They're well put together. They have a great nucleus that's going to be there for a long time. Toronto's like the ultimate. Can we pay 4 guys and win a championship with them? We'll see. Has been unsuccessful thus far, but they're going to keep trying. And their goalie did get elbowed in the head. Still out. Stolarz, but Walls come in, played well. So we'll see.
That's tough. You don't touch the goalie, KJ. That's one thing we know.
Caps Hurricanes has no juice right now.
Nah, I'm watching my boy Stank.
Yeah. No juice, unfortunately. It's two good teams. It's just something about that series doesn't do it for me yet.
Okay.
I think the only thing that people would be interested in is if like Ovechkin like caps off this year with a finals run. Like, I don't think anybody cares about the Caps in general, but like to follow up the all-time goals record with like a finals run would be impressive. But I don't see them getting past anybody we just talked about.
That was a very like Bob Ryan headline. Ovechkin caps off generational run.
There you go.
And he, you know what? If he got a Stanley Cup in 2018. If he had not gotten a cup yet, I'd be very much rooting for him. But I'm like, okay, he got his. So it would be fun to see the Maple Leafs go to the Stanley Cup final. And
I just want to see the chaos that would ensue. Exactly.
Yes. Oh, it would be awesome. It would be fantastic.
Say what you want about Ovechkin, but he's one of the best Canadian players of all time.
Right.
People,
Oh, yeah, your homie from Canada.
People don't talk about that enough. Ovechkin.
We have a great hockey player, and he big guy.
He is a big guy.
Yeah.
He's the most Russian. He's honestly, you couldn't create a more Russian character if you tried. And
Just throw an OV at the end of Ovechkinov.
Ovechkin, yeah, you throw in a little ov in there. Brett, who you got this weekend in the PGA Championship?
Let's go Rory back to back.
Oh,
I'm not going to bet Rory because I have futures on him. So I 4.5 to 1 is not getting my, getting my gourd there. But I do have him to win 2, 3, and 4 majors this year that I bet after he won the Players. So I will be rooting for him. He will not be on my card. But you want some value? Let's go Russ Henley. Let's go Sepp Straka back-to-back weeks. And then I think Bryson's going to make noise based on this course.
They're calling KJ Sup Stroka.
Really?
Okay. You know, it was a cardiac event, not a neurological one, but it's okay. Like stroking. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Thoughts on the PGA being at Quail Hollow and the familiarity of the course and how that plays into who you're rooting for this weekend, guys.
Dude, honestly, I will watch, but I'm not particularly excited. I think this is going to be a very chalky PGA Championship, just because of the course. Like you said, it's very much like everybody kind of is going to hit it in the same place. You know how they're going to play the hole, and does Rory, Scotty, or Bryson? Those are, that's your winner from those three.
I don't disagree at all. It's true bomb and gouge without the rough of a U.S. Open. So I don't know if necessarily we see like a 20 under win, but if 15 under wins, I'm not surprised. And I think it's just kind of like, can you shoot 69, 67, 70, 67? Does that get the job done?
Big facts.
I will spice it up only with the weather forecast showing big weather, little water, and big water on the horizon.
Ocean water.
Wednesday, 50% precipitation chance. Friday at 20, Saturday at 40. I'm not going to go into detail. I'll leave it for you weather nerds. But if it's wet out in Charlotte this weekend, I'll be riding, as I always do, with little BDE.
Which stands for?
Bryson DeChambeau's Big Dick Energy. Brought to you by BrysonDeChambeau.com.
I've never been more. Look, I am. Are we sure? I can see that thing not just being like very average.
No, you don't chug or gain for 12 months or 12 times a day for 12 months a year and then walk around with a hammer. No, you don't carry around, whatever. What's the trophy from this event called? Remind me again.
The Wanamaker.
You don't carry around the Wanamaker. That's not what he has. I'm thinking about the other one then. You don't carry around the trophy from an event for like 8 straight months if you're just pulling a hammer around with you. Like it's just
talking cocks.
It's not how
Yeah,
it
I wanted to
goes.
make sure we're on the same page. We're talking about Bryson DeChambeau's penis.
Correct.
That too, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Randy.
Is it on the board? Good answer, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, like, we were talking about Koepka earlier, what, 45-1?
Brooks is 45-1, yes.
Yeah, it was like
40-1 what I'm seeing, but
if
it's probably out there too.
Okay, I'm like, he's done it before, PGA, and like this feels like a course Brooks Koepka shows up, but it's like, what is he? I have no feel for what he's been. I don't know how to take anything away from Liv.
No idea. Well, it's same with like Joaquin Neiman. Same with John Rahm. Like, what if John Rahm is T2 or T37? Are you surprised at either one?
He's been neutered. He went to we were talking about that earlier. Like, it feels like he's lost the juice. He's lost.
How
the
does
juice.
that not apply to everybody else? Like,
well, Bryson, Liv is essentially his side gig. His like YouTube thing is like his. That's where he's making his money now. So it's like he's been able to like compartmentalize like the Liv stuff. And now it's like, so that's why he's the only guy I believe in from over there.
fair.
And he's done
Patrick Reed had a good showing at the Masters, and he's 66-1 with Russell Henley. Like, I just feel like there's a heavy downgrading of Liv players, rightfully so, because they haven't performed like across the board spectacularly at majors. But every single event, there's probably like 3-ish in the top 15.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're
like there's
there.
a good representation every single tournament, but then like the odds come out, and you don't see one in the top 10 outside of Bryson.
Yeah, you get Rahm and Bryson and Brooks, and that's kind of those are their horses in this whole.
There's a lot of value in the Liv guys, is what we're saying.
You can get some value in.
You can get some value.
You were saying, Dave, you're so excited for Michael Block to be in the field again this year.
Yeah.
No, not you, KJ. Dave.
He's doing the block.
Oh, he's doing the blocky. Me?
Wow.
I'm playing with Rory on something. You got to be kidding me.
Oh my God.
Like I said, I just put together Mamba's clutch mentality with, any other basketball player's free throw percentage in the end of their career. Really have something going.
Yeah.
Kobe, not a great free throw shooter there at the end.
How much block are we
Anyways,
getting?
go ahead.
How much block are we getting on the coverage? Is he the featured group?
I think you did a heavy dose of block on Thursday.
Look, to
Early on, for sure.
Yeah.
to people, most golf viewers are not cynical Twitter online people like we are. Most like my dad is probably going to eat it up.
Yeah.
My dad's like, oh, this black guy's back. My dad doesn't talk like Norm McDonald.
Well, Harold Varner's not in the field, I don't think.
HV, my guy?
No, not
Yeah, I don't see HV3.
I don't think so.
Wait, what were you saying?
block guy.
Mama, there goes that man.
No, he's not in the field. Harold Varner III is. You know what? I still follow him on the gram. I hope he's doing. He's in Live, right? He's still in Live.
Yeah. He's cooking and creating, man. He's doing all right.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Block, who will be. Do we know the pairings yet?
2000.
No, we don't know the pairings yet.
Oh, please stick him with.
Rory or
Oh my God,
Jordan or somebody.
I want.
Others in that range. Sorry to cut you off. I've got VJ Singh also at 2001.
Oh boy, how's VJ still getting invites to these?
Jason Duffner, 1001.
Former winner
Duffner.
at Oak Hill. I guess that's why VJ's still playing.
I couldn't tell you a single person. Garrett Kigo, don't know him. Yeah, nobody else of note. So yeah, we if he's with anybody that you recognize their name, they're definitely going heavy on Block.
1,000,000%. He'll be in a featured group. It'll be like
Sick.
Lowry, JT, Michael Block.
Oh God, JT.
Fitzpatrick.
JT is a name. KJ, watch out for this JT guy. He's trending.
You think Phil makes the cut?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
250 to 1.
Give me Phil to make the cut. You know what? I'm gonna hop over to non-spawn. It is a spawn, but not today. I'm gonna do some underdogging. I'm gonna
Ooh.
I'm gonna do a little underdogging.
Yeah, I like that. Phil to make the cut. I bet you can get odds on that.
There you go. Anything else on PGA?
Excited for it. I mean, not excited, but like we'll watch. We'll tune in. Yeah.
Yeah.
You happy that Ricky got the invite?
Yeah. I mean, look, at this point, like I am actively rooting. I would love it. I would love to see Ricky win a major. How about that?
Have you seen any chatter about the people who are not happy that Ricky continues to take like invitation?
Most golf Twitter. I get it. Their points are completely valid. I just choose to be like, there's nothing I can do about it. Go win. Be great. I don't know. Allison Stokey, you provided Brett with so much material. Like, just go do it.
I was more into the Australian track runner that she would like shake her hips before the race. Remember her?
Yeah, I do.
Internet legend. Yeah. I don't know. She never got the Stokey fame, unfortunately. But
She's a runner. She's a track star.
How's Zalatoris feeling? Is he? What are we at, Dave?
He withdrew from the Nelson, I think.
Okay, so
I'm not feeling great about it. Now he is a big Stars guy. He's a Dallas sports guy. He's liking every gram that I like. So he might be riding that like
good spirits.
That Mikkocina wave. He might be getting him some Mambo taxis. I'm gonna make
125 to 1, tied with Tom Kim and Tony Finau.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That ain't bad.
It's not, but also like the back thing. I was gonna say, has he made any noise since they stitched his
He played well at the
stack
Masters,
of
right?
dimes back together?
Yeah, I think he's been okay.
Okay.
But the WD from the old Nelson is tough. It's a tough scene. It's his hometown tourney.
It is. Jimmy Walker, watch out.
Jimmy Walker, watch out. Is he there? Oh yeah, he should be in the field, right?
He won the tournament.
He did win the tournament.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was back in the Jason Day era.
Charlotte, good barbecue town. He'll get good eating.
That's fair. Okay.
A lot of stars that he can look at or something. Isn't he into astrology?
Yeah. No, astronomy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Dylan.
Randy's into astrology with that girl that he's talking to.
No, I'm not.
Is that true?
No, I'm not talking to any girl, but it's Austin.
Oh.
70% of them, if not more, all into Australianism,
Australianism.
whatever it is.
Oh.
astrology.
Good day, mate.
Are you a fire sign or a water sign, Brett?
I don't know. I don't know what the
Neither
fuck
do I.
that means.
Who fucking cares?
Well, check my chakra and come find out. That's all you got to say in return.
The chakra or the chakra?
What?
Both. One day I'll tell a story of I woke up
What?
back over in Ottoman with a guy checking my chakras, a whole thing.
Who?
Anyways,
Prostate exam?
What the
I
fuck?
don't know. I was completely out of it.
How's this show been going for 45 minutes?
We like to have fun. It's because
Nonsense.
you didn't get us circling back to like get the juices flowing. So now
Yeah,
we're
clear the
we're
pipes.
coming in cold and putting up shots.
That's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't have a Dylan Governor to disappoint like out of my left eye as I'm looking at the screen.
Oh.
I have to look over here and not feel the shame.
Yeah, he's just got.
Then I
me.
watch it on YouTube and Randy cuts to like just a one shot of Dylan just completely disgusted with
Yeah,
whatever I'm saying.
Dylan would have not liked that Mamba taxi joke for sure.
Dylan,
I don't think many people will. I don't. That was quite dark.
it took me a minute, man. I was like, wait a minute. I was thinking, where my head went was I went schlong.
It always goes
Okay.
penis with David.
And I
He's
was just
always
like,
got
wait,
cock
what?
on the brain.
I was like, wait, and then yeah,
Anyways,
I don't even
no,
know.
for the folks at home, as we said, this is a visual product too. If you want to play along like I play during this show, anytime you hear something that you're like, all right, how's Dylan going to react to it? And they show Dylan's face up on screen. Don't look for his visual reaction. Just see if his hands are typing. Because then you know whether or not he's actually happy with what you just said or not.
That's true. If he's putting on running
Because then
back,
if he thinks
enjoyed
it's funny, you'll get some typing going in the background for run it back. If not, you just get the come on, man.
In honor of Dylan, I think we have to say the University of Texas Longhorns dropped 2 spots to number 3 after losing a 3-game series to Florida. That's the college.
Now we know
baseball
why he's
minute.
not here.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he didn't want to do that today, huh?
Nope, just couldn't. Yep. You know what, man? Minor setback for a major comeback. Still top 5, but tough. That's tough. I'd stay home too,
he's-
man.
Boycotting those fighting Texas Aggies with the number 1 seed in the softball tournament.
Oh, is that true?
That is true. However, I will quickly say my only honest thought about softball tournament. It's the anti-Little League World Series for me. Don't know when it's going to happen. I feel like it's on constantly once it begins. But unlike Little League World Series, I'm actually pretty happy every time that I see it's on. Like the content's always quality. Everything minus like the weird pitcher masks that you see. So shouts to women's softball. I'll be tuning in at some point.
Oh, he'll be tuning in at some point. Okay. Oh man, at some point I'm gonna have to fire up my Green Chef.
There we go.
As we step into spring, it's the perfect time to refresh your meal routine with dietitian-approved recipes from Green Chef, perfect for supporting your wellness journey. Enjoy recipes that feature fresh, organic, seasonal produce and 100% responsibly sourced proteins crafted to help you feel your best. Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time in the spring air with our new Heat and Eat meals. You can enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. Plus, with 80+ weekly options, Green Chef makes it easy to find meals that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're into Mediterranean flavors, gluten-free eats, plant-based meals, or protein-packed dishes, there's something for everybody, including options for gut and brain health, calorie-smart choices, and more. Brett, you got to think about that gut and brain health. It's connected.
You do, and not only that, it's just I'm a huge fan of Green Chef as it is.
It's fantastic. I'm glad we've got them back on board. Whether it's a salad ready in just 5 minutes, protein-packed breakfast, or a smoothie to fuel your day, Green Chef has you covered for the busiest days. Our meals are made with real, clean ingredients so you can build lasting, healthy habits without the hassle. Plus, with week-to-week flexibility, you can adjust your plan anytime to fit your schedule. Make this spring your most delicious yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50toomuchdip and use code 50toomuchdip to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50toomuchdip. The number 50 too much dip. So 50 too much dip at greenchef.com/50 too much dip. Thank you, Green Chef. How about that?
Well done. Well
How about it?
done.
You didn't think I was going to do it.
I didn't think. I had no. I did not.
You didn't believe in me.
No,
I should put you in the boo box.
Put me in the boo box. You couldn't get me in the boo box. No way.
Yes, KJ.
No. I see we've actually got something worth talking about. I was going to ask a very generic first take question of, is this actually the best sports month of the year? Speaking of like whatever the first weekend of April through this weekend of playoffs, but we save that for another day.
I will say it would be very easy in years past to come in and talk about how the NHL is throttling the NBA in playoffs and just excitement, but the NBA has matched. It's been great. It's tough, as a guy who doesn't really have a dog in the fight. I'm just rooting for good games. I'm good games rooting guy, but it has been great.
Is Rick Carlisle your lead rooting like?
Yes.
Not even team, but like, would that be number one if you're like to point at these current 8?
I'm more of a Pacers fan than somebody in this room who's actually from the state. So
Brett?
No, it's not Brett.
I was not born and raised in Indiana like you were, Randy.
You were born in a little hospital, same as some random waiter at Carve.
You were.
True.
Shouts
True.
to Dyer.
I live 3 hours
let's call
away
it there.
from Indianapolis. We're
Well, they're not the Indianapolis Pacers.
Oh, is he still trying to claim popedom? Is he being like, oh man, me and the Pope went to the same junior high. He ran hurdles too.
Yeah, it was saying go Bulls.
No way the Pope claims the Pacers, right?
No, he's from the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, you got all bent out of shape because everybody was reporting he was a Cubs fan.
Yeah, and he's a White Sox fan. Came out, he was at the 2005 World Series at the White Sox.
Yeah, there
See
are
it?
dozens of them left.
Do you think he leaked that? Do you think he knew he made it on there and like he like has like one of his journalist friends that like, he's like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna throw you a little bone here. If you go to Game 6 of the World Series, there's a minute in the 7th inning. Lights Out Lidge is up there. I don't know who was pitching. And if the camera, I'm on camera is what I'm telling you. This will go viral.
Perhaps. I mean, I saw that clip go make the rounds. Everybody's like, oh, that's cool. And then all of a sudden it was like, wait a second, how the fuck did you find me?
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
I really hope it was like, an AI crawler found this, like
I bet
facial recognition.
I bet it was some like defense, like some like CIA thing we use to like track facial recognition shit, and they ran it through the servers. I don't know.
I don't.
Shut up,
It's not
Randy.
like an untouched Facebook that the Pope just hasn't touched in like
Pope
20
book.
years, and it's just
Well, Randy,
I would assume that
blank
if
page.
because this is how Midwesterners are, maybe everyone else is, but like if I was at the game, like the family friends are going to be videotaping that game.
Oh, there's
just because
future
it's
poll,
the World
ma.
Series in general, and then
Strong
like you were
accent.
on. So I'm sure like some family friend just knew that he was on there and like knew it.
Oh, that's Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
oh
yeah,
yeah, there's
that's Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
but they're not
Yeah,
tracking
shout
his
Bob.
career. You're like, oh, you see this feller here? He's over in Peru teaching the good word. Yeah. Like, that's not how this is happening. Like, usually you only remember that you've got that photo if you are tracking that career. Like, oh, hey, there's XYZ, and you know it. But again, whatever. I respect it. This
Well,
goes back to my plan of like taking photos of my kids in like 16 different college sports shirts. So I can be like, oh yeah, grew up a diehard Boston College Eagles fan, just always dreamt of being here on this day. And I think that's what the Pope did. I'm just going to say it. Like, he was Marlins man before Marlins man. We don't know it.
So
but he's
you're-
also
you're-
got-
Or
Don't you dare,
forming?
KJ.
Stealing valor from the Pope.
I guarantee he's got a photo of him and that one photo of the Cubs mascot that Deadspin put out that one day. It's like him, arm over the Cubs mascot, pantsless. And he's like, all right, well, delete that. That got weird. Let's rock with the South Side one.
That's like
He
that-
also had one from the Cleveland franchise, but that doesn't look so good in hindsight.
Well, Randy had that one picture of him and Mrs. Met from the New York meetup.
No, that was an AI illustration. That was
Oh,
my
no?
own personal
Oh,
portfolio. How'd you see that?
Mrs. Met.
Wasn't it Mrs. Met with like Peter Griffin?
It was a side banner.
Yeah. Homer's in the corner.
You will not
Programmatic.
last 30 seconds playing this game.
I want to meet the guy who plays those games. I don't actually.
Spit on it, Matt.
Oh, but yeah, these NBA playoffs been great.
Let's go T-Wolves. Huh?
Man, dude, that's so sorry to bring you. Now we can't even criticize you. You got a force field
Why?
because we can't because you're not a T-Wolves fan.
I've enjoyed their play.
I too like Anthony Edwards. I will not bring myself to root for Rudy Gobert.
What's wrong with Gobe? Gobes.
Any competent coach will play him off the field, off the court. Get him out of there.
He's like 7'11". He's always open and he's tall as fuck.
yeah, that is.
You
I
didn't
guess-
come up with that joke. You got that off Twitter or something. Where'd you get that joke? You didn't come up with that yourself.
That was off the dome. I'm sure it's been said before.
Yeah, he is. He's often open. Yeah, he's tall.
They have McBuckets too.
But
I
why-
don't even know
what-
McDaniels?
So
is that his name?
you're a New York guy, though. I figured you'd be more into like the Knicks. Why?
Wolves are my favorite animal.
Why
David.
the Wolves?
Wolves are my favorite animal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
such an
Hypothetically, too.
11-year-old
Hypothetically,
me answer.
somebody could be from there that is I've met. I don't know.
Shut up.
Dude, seriously, shut up.
Just shut the fuck up.
I'm enjoying watching the Wolves. You know,
Would
you know what's funny though? You know what's funny? I've never had a rooting interest in basketball. So I'm watching rooting for the Wolves against what was Steph Curry and the Warriors. The Warriors are so fucking brutal to root against because they always just they get your gourd, you know.
They're must see
Figure it
when they're healthy. They're must see. Curry,
Draymond
he's Draymond.
Yeah.
But Steph is must see
Yeah.
still. Like, because you're just like, as somebody who has no rooting interest, you're like, you just turn it on. You're like, I'm going to watch the fourth quarter of this game because you got Steph on the road and like they're down. Granted, they're down like 12, but he could ruin all these people's night. And it'd be really funny just to watch him do his thing. Like he did it in Houston like multiple times. It's just that's kind of fun to see. You're like watching late stage greatness, and he can still do it.
Yeah, ruins people's nights. He had Houston in hell.
He had him in hell.
Yeah.
Brett's
Yeah.
got
When you're
so many
sitting there
favorite
watching
teams.
2 or 3 possessions and you forget Jimmy Butler like is on a team. Jimmy Buckets Butler
Yeah,
is on
And
a
then-
team, and you don't even think about it for a split second.
because Buddy
And then it
Hield's
goes
been
in
the
and
best
it's like,
player in the
oh,
series.
no question. And then Buddy Hield, no question, it's going in. And then
crazy.
you're like, who the hell's getting the rebounds on this team? And you realize, like, yeah, Draymond is an absolute asshole, scumbag to watch play sometimes. But then you're like, oh, wait, these runs are happening because he's boxing out like a legitimate 7-foot center with ease or just outplaying them constantly and then passes the ball every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a Warriors fan. Oh, shit.
We haven't
Really
even
a
talked
Steve
about
Kerr fan.
the most popular series in basketball right now, which is Celtics Knicks.
Yeah, it's East Coast media bias.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a hard time watching the Celtics. I don't know why that I don't know if it's the finals. I don't know if it's like Tatum and Missoula's faces
your own fucking
combined.
franchise then.
Ah, yeah.
Soup is the perfect food.
Wow. He's coming from all angles.
I didn't know Randy had fucking Bill Simmons impression.
I just have it. It's more of my impression of you guys doing the impression.
It sounds like you. It just sounds like Randy.
I don't think so. Wait, hold on. Yeah.
That's a tough series for
Yeah.
me because like I want to root against the Celtics because it's like but at the same time, like they won a title last year, but it would be really funny if they got beat in the second round. But also I don't want the Knicks to win because like the first like 4 rows of like at the Garden or at Madison Square Garden, it's like
Just Ben Stiller and his friends.
it's like I don't want y'all to do it. Like I'm like, who am I rooting against here? It's tough. I'm rooting against both.
I would like to see all the throwback clips of like Knicks Pacers being run. That would give me some good NBA on NBC vibes. Like if that was the series, all the promos for that series would be fun to see.
It'd just be Reggie Miller for 20 minutes every pregame.
Oh yeah, little Reggie Miller, little Rick Smits,
Sure.
little Rick Smits, noted tall white guy.
Well, was Larry Bird coaching that team?
No, he was after
Pacers?
that.
Yeah,
He did coach, but not those teams.
Okay.
No, I would love to see the Pacers make the finals because that would mean they would have to go through Boston or New York, and it would just make NBA Twitter just mad and like legacy media who wants to like just suck off the Knicks.
Ratings are down.
Yeah. I'm that guy. That's how my NBA fandom is so jaded right now that I'm rooting for like the
Timberwolves,
Pacers.
Pacers.
Yeah. I'm rooting for fucking Indiana. Give me
The
that.
fighting
Or shit,
Donovan
Oklahoma
Mitchell.
City. What am I reaching for? Minneapolis, St. Paul, like a legitimate metropolitan area. You got Oklahoma City staring us in the face right there. OKC Pacers.
If
is
OKC
like
Pacers happened, it
very
would be
plausible.
like if it goes like Stars, Leafs, and then OKC, Indiana.
Maybe the Stars can bring some eyeballs with what Miko's doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be like a little. There would be like a little USA Canada thing. There would be the Stars are kind of
The Leafs would be great. I feel like the Panthers. Granted, they're good, and they won last year. I don't think they're bringing eyes from fucking St. Pete or what? Not St. Pete. I always forget it.
the lovely Sunrise, KJ.
Boca Raton, Florida, or whatever.
Sunrise, just north of Miami.
Oh, my bad.
Hialeah.
Whatever. It's all the same. Rosemary Beach. There's always some extra fucking cities they throw in there down in Florida. Like, they just make shit up.
Breaking NBA news from the last 24 hours or so. Did you see 23 is going to be a special contributor to the NBA on NBC and Peacock?
LeBron?
Michael Jordan getting a little contributions from MJ.
It's no disrespect to the one of the greatest of all time.
One of?
I think you mean the.
Is
The
he
Pope would
like-
have something to say about that.
Is he like the most charismatic guy?
I don't know.
It's kind of
no,
like
he's not.
When Wayne Gretzky was on the panel NHL tonight, it was like, oh, he's
Yeah.
the best, but he kind of
Like what he's saying has a lot of weight, but the delivery, I don't think so. But I don't know. He might lay into some of the. Hopefully, he's got like the no filter where he'll like rip into people.
well. Is he going to be on with like Chuck and Kenny, or is he like part of a different?
No, it's NBC.
Okay, so then
I don't know.
NBC's gearing up, obviously, to make their comeback, but what also is brewing in the background, I believe, is Amazon Prime is throwing together their roster, which is getting pretty deep too. So I think NBC's like, it's an arms race for talent in basketball.
and
Let
then
me pull the Amazon list.
they're disbanding is the wrong word, but like NBA on TNT, that whole shebang is ending after next year. Is that correct?
I don't know the timeline. David might, but I can give you the Amazon roster, even though that's not the answer you're looking for. But I think David will want to hear it.
Dirk, Steve Nash, Taylor Rooks. Is it Taylor?
And Iron
Rooks?
Eagle, and Stan Van Gundy, and
Okay.
Cassidy Hubbarth.
Okay.
Oh,
Additional
okay.
hires: Dwayne Wade and Candace Parker.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and Blake Griffin. I'm looking forward to Blake Griffin and Dirk on a panel.
Yeah.
Whatever, like in whatever capacity they're doing work. Like
I'm with.
I don't know
don't
if
hate
I've seen
I don't
Blake
hate
on
that.
on a set, but I think Blake Griffin's always been respected as an actual funny person. And I
Noted
think
funny
anybody
guy.
knows Dirk well enough, or has heard him be interviewed, knows that he's respected as a funny player, like within the NBA circles and within like sports media. So Shouts
Color
to
me
Bezos.
intrigued. Can Van Gundy get the best out of Dirk?
Dirk's gonna be great. Dirk's perfect, dude. I mean, he's got a dry wit about him, and he's just very likable. I think people are gonna be good with that. So, but MJ will be cool. I don't know. It'll be weird. It's gonna be weird. MJ's gonna be weird because it's just a guy you don't hear from ever.
you just hope he comes back to talk some shit, though. That's the thing. Like you don't want vanilla from him, and you kind of want him to make some enemies. I think like other greats who've done this recently. I don't think anybody's expected Tom Brady to shit on anybody. I think everybody's like hypercritical of performance. I don't know if people will do that like in studio analysts. You're just waiting on their takes to be great. A-Rod, I feel like, has threaded the needle of being an all-time great, but then like being willing to say whatever's on his mind successfully and like getting by. I like A-Rod. So I don't know. I'm good with MJ coming back if he doesn't bring some vanilla bullshit.
I
He
think
needs a betting segment, like you said.
the problem is like
Sorry to steal that.
his whole Like, when's the last time MJ had an opinion like that he put out there that was anything like that ruffled any feathers? Ever?
Publicly, probably not a lot, but
Never
I do
says
wonder if
anything.
he's like loud within, whatever NBA circles would be like preseason, whatever in Vegas. Like, I wonder if he goes to these events and people know, like, oh, go talk to MJ, and he's going to be the one telling you Anthony Edwards is sorry as hell or whatever. Like, if he's very opinionated within those circles, I'm hoping he brings some of that on air, if in fact that's the case. I have not seen him in Club Shay Shay or with Matt Barnes or anything else where we would know what his current content brand is, but I'll check it out.
Okay. I hope you're right. God, I can't wait for the preseason so we can get more Shannon Sharp.
Is he still tweeting through it?
I don't know. He's taking a back seat till the preseason. It's just one of the funnier things to me.
That's what he said. He said
He's gonna take
a back seat,
step back till the preseason.
Right.
Gonna hop in for that must see TV that is the preseason. And then he's gonna start letting us know what's up. So
like, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be like, hey, I know this is the boring time of year where I typically would take some time off and it doesn't matter. So I'm going to self-select this as my self-imposed punishment.
He just wants you to know that any tweets thrown his way, he's not going to see him. He's off.
gotta get through it. And last thing, George Pickens, Cowboy. We didn't get to cover that last week, I don't think. Let's go. Get to open up in Philly. Sunday night football. Don't love that.
I'm excited. Him and CD Lamb together. That's fun. We're having fun.
Look,
healthy Dak, healthy CD, healthy George Pickens.
That's a nasty one too.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on now. Have faith, David.
No, I'm excited about it. I'm more excited than
Jonathan Mingo's on the team.
Okay. Here we go. There we go. Only took us a 4th rounder to get.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Jonathan Mingo is on the team.
He's on the
Remains
team.
to be seen if he will be on the team week 1.
Right now, get him in individual drills, looking good, I've heard. So,
is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Any thoughts, KJ?
To be honest, I was trying to get a quick list of top wide receiver duos throughout the league.
Cincinnati's got to be up there.
You've got Cincinnati up there, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams up there, which obviously they haven't played together, but just big names as
Philly's up there.
Duos up there. Philly. I suppose you could rank Philly up there for sure with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I guess, who would be looking as number 2, right?
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Sorry, I'm just not finding like a great list right out of the gate. Yeah, people are, Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter. Soup would even put this on the list of top 10. Like, I'm not finding anything like respectable. People are probably seeing CeeDee Lamb and Pickens at 5. Okay, here we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams at 3, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison at 2. And then obviously the Bengals duo is up there as well. So I don't know what it changes. Here's my one honest thing. I don't think I'm gonna fall somewhere between saying off-field antics and personality or behavioral like concerns surrounding George Pickens. I don't think it's worth like me hating a person being on like the team that I root for, but it's certainly not nothing. And it's certainly not nothing when you're playing for a highly respected coach who has a very good control of the room. And he stood out as somebody who was like consistently vocally like disgruntled. Not the first time a Steelers receiver's been disgruntled, but it just seems like going into a room where CeeDee Lamb is not necessarily the pinnacle of like positive body language and positivity and controlling things.
It's true.
Dak has a shaky grasp sometimes if he's out there and not in a booth with 5 water bottles. And you've got a head coach who's been around but has not been a head coach a long time. Like, the Cowboys are a unique animal. I hope that that Pickens can come into an environment and like not be the combustible factor there.
Very fair. Very fair. But I don't know. It's look. You knew it didn't happen in the draft. It was a very, very smart draft by most accounts. And I was like, oh well, what are we gonna do? Like, no wide receiver, and there's your splash move.
Glad they did something. Highly agree with that.
It's the NFL will be better for it.
I'm mostly excited about the 3 Tylers on the offensive line.
A lot of Tylers.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Tyler, Cooper, and Terrence.
What's up?
Another
Let's go.
recently breaking, not really breaking news. To bring in some little SEC news for you gentlemen.
9 games?
Noted SEC perennial average house and former national champion. LSU Tigers will be coming to Dallas, Texas in 2029 after those SMU ponies visit Death Valley in 2028 with a home-and-home series between LSU and SMU announced today.
Ooh.
I'm just here to tell you, both those games ain't going to happen. I guarantee SMU ends up going to LSU, and then some SEC scheduling bullshit, and it gets canceled or rescheduled or pushed down the road. That's what happened with like Oklahoma a couple of years ago. But regardless, exciting to see. Exciting to see my little Mustangs continuing to push to be on the big stage.
Love that. That'll be a fun one.
I've always said, powder keg up there in Dallas. You get the things right, they could become Texas Tech. Just need some oil and gas,
What does that
Texas
mean, though?
Tech.
I'm just meaning they need.
We don't want to be Texas. When's Texas Tech been in the college football playoff?
I'm just saying they're doing the whole billionaire thing that like the Saudis buy a football team, and so like there's no reason SMU can't do that.
I'm just fucking around. I'm just trying to piss people off out there.
But no, no, he means like the Texas Tech, like mean they'll win
I know,
like the
I know.
that
Dumping
means,
money and all that.
The Cody Campbell, the fighting Cody Campbell.
Yeah, and he just means like Texas Tech, like they'll win the conference often.
To be fair, we didn't win the conference last year either. We did.
I'm
the year
sorry.
before.
I'm sorry
AC.
to Aztec guy.
But
Henry.
yeah. But it's cute to have one billionaire. How about that? We can take that angle.
Ooh.
Got it. You're gonna get we have actually 2 billionaires and 3 if you want to count this guy who did his law school at Tech. That's not. I don't know who I'm impersonating.
Judge these fucking meats. How about that?
There's not a lot of money.
We are
judging,
due
sadly.
for another meat championship like announcement. I feel like it's that time of year.
It's meat
it-
judging season,
Natty.
baby.
I think that's a spring sport. You got to wonder what the NIL looks like for the meat judging.
Basically did that for a segment earlier on the golf thing. Anyway, all right. Well, fun show, Brett. Thanks for sticking around for the entire time. I thought we were gonna have you on for the beginning, but
Yeah.
look, you just had so much fun. You stuck around.
Thanks, guys, for having
Great
me.
to
This has been
have you.
great. This is a good time. Love chopping it up, talking sports.
All right.
Shout
we'll
out
bounce.
to Diesel Dart.
Shouts to Diesel Dart.
Shout out Diesel Dart.
2027 kid, I believe. A lot of offers already.
KJ. Friday on, good sir. See you next week.
Bye-bye.